Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:43 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Monday the 19th of December.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Currently, in Rochester it's 10 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect showers, with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 10 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
What did Mrs. Claus say when her husband asked for the weather forecast? Rain, dear.
Alexa, can you tell me a Christmas poem?
There once was a mischievous kid, who did things that his parents forbid. When Santa found out, he said with a shout, "From my list, your name will be rid."
Okay guys, right, I have had a tremendous cold or bout of flu or whatever it is. I've still got it. I think I'm over the worst. As people that watch my videos realise that last Friday night I walked home from Durrell Gardens to Corries Road in Rochester and it was freezing cold, it was minus, and I think I caught a chill. I went to bed Friday night, I woke up Saturday feeling extremely unwell, coughing, sneezing, and I felt like I was unable to breathe. I was wondering if it was COVID, so I don't want to go near people because the symptoms of COVID are a continuous cough, which I've got, a loss of taste and sense of smell, which I've got. I can't taste anything and I can't smell anything, and the only thing I haven't got is a temperature. I don't feel like I've got a temperature. The night before last night I was really hot and sweating, so I thought I don't think I have experienced COVID before, and I know I've had a flu jab, so I thought maybe it is COVID, and I've been trying to stay away from as many people as I can, and I have been coughing and sneezing. I went to bed early last night because I was very unwell. I live by myself, and in Rochester, England, yesterday we had rain, which fortunately has washed the snow and ice away, and it makes the temperature of the air warmer. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
At the moment, it's 10 degrees Celsius. Today, you can expect a high of 13 degrees. Would you also like to know the weather for the next 7 days?
Yes.
In Rochester for the next 7 days, Tuesday, 11 degrees Celsius and showers. Wednesday, 10 degrees and mostly sunny weather. Thursday, 12 degrees and showers. Friday, 12 degrees and rainy weather. Saturday, 11 degrees and clouds and showers. Sunday, 9 degrees and partly sunny weather. Monday, 9 degrees and partly sunny weather.
So the cold snap's gone because when it rains, the weather's warmer. So that's good because, older people and vulnerable people get old in very cold weather and very, very hot weather. So the cold snap's over and we're back to having rain. So yesterday afternoon I took Max out for a walk and it was fairly quiet. There was a couple walking towards the co-op hand in hand. He was helping his girlfriend negotiating the slippery streets. which reminded me of Friday when I was on my own, slipping down the streets by myself. So this guy was taking his girlfriend into the co-op. I just walked around the block. I was feeling terrible and cough and sneezy. Took Max back into the flat. Then I took a few messages from Plenty of Fish, a couple, and it makes me wonder who's actually in there, what sort of person is actually in there. I read 3 or 4 messages about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I felt okay. Came back after taking Max for a walk, and I started to get a severe headache, the migraine with the flashing lights, and I had this severe pain in the head, like I was being stabbed in the side of the eye with a knife. So he had his kids upstairs. I was listening to music. I can only think it's stress. It was a migraine brought on by stress, because at that time he had his kids upstairs and they were making noise. I was feeling awful, and I can't lie down with a cold because, all the congestion and mucus goes up into the back of your head, and I can't lie down with a cold. So I was listening to YouTube music, Rod Stewart, Shakin' Stevens, Christmas music, while his kids were upstairs being noisy. Later on in the evening, after the headache, I still had it, it was terrible. The guy upstairs took his kids back home to his partner. And I was in the flat with no noise at all, which was good, on my own. He was out. Around 6:45 last night, while my neighbour was out, I went outside in the rain in my yellow coat and beanie hat with a black umbrella, and I covered my head with the hat and the hood, and I went out with Max after speaking to people off of Plenty of Fish, and I took Max out round the back, and then trouble started, in my opinion, trouble. So I walked around Common Creek Wharf. There was a family stood outside a house in the pouring rain, and it was tipping down. It wasn't just spitting, it was tipping. So about 5 or 6 people were stood outside a house chatting near a car and laughing their heads off as I walked past. But it wasn't just normal laughter, it was ha 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 as I walked past. All diary material, of course, but it hurts when you're walking past it. You're dripping wet and soaking, and your dog is soaked to the skin as well. It's really funny. So I walked past that, walked back down to the bottom of the road. I was feeling pretty ill and shitty and cold and unwell. Blokes were walking with like caps and hoods over their heads into the co-op, about 3 or 4 of them. I'd already been in the co-op yesterday morning speaking to Kim. I'd bought food. I'd eaten those jumbo prawns yesterday, and very nice they were too. So I had some money and I bought myself some food. So I carried on past the co-op, walked around the back of the flats, and no joke, this man, not unlike the son that lives in Gloucestershire, curly hair, bearded, had his mobile phone on loudspeaker, walked down the back of the flats, and someone on the end of the phone was going, "Ugh! Ugh!" He went into the back of the flats. I was feeling fucking shitty and really awful and ill. I went towards my flat to go into the entrance, and no joke, pouring rain, a kid speeds up the road on a bicycle with a bright light on, He's got a hood over his head and frightens the shit out of Max as we're crossing the road. Max starts barking. Speeds up the road, wet hazardous conditions with a black hood over his head. Gets into the flats and I'm feeling awful and unwell, and later on the guy upstairs comes in just after I've come back 7:30, and he starts going and I feel really shit and crap already. I've been ill all day and I can't go to sleep because I have a dog to take out and walk and look after my dogs and my cats. And yesterday was pretty dire and shit. I hold no grudges. I've wished my son a Merry Christmas. I'm not going to be seeing my son before Christmas. He's got his own life to live. Somebody told me that I should let my son live his own life. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get on with mine. So I hope all my family, my daughter and my other 3 sons, have a lovely, happy Christmas. I hope my mum does too, because I'm not walking up there on Christmas Day and catching another cold and possible pneumonia. I've given my mum a Christmas present, a couple of bottles of perfume. Right? I've given my mum a present. I've sent my Christmas cards out. I haven't got the one son's address. I can't send him a Christmas card and present. That's the way things stand. Okay? I am on my own now, and maybe I can breathe and get on with my life. See you later.